Hello folks and welcome back to another Civilization 6 series here on the channel. We are giving this another try. Just like with last time, I have set things up with Eleanor of Aquitaine as England, and I've left everything as standard. The only difference between this game and the last one we tried and failed at is that this one has got a different randomly generated starting seed. But other than that, this is the exact same setup, and I'm going to try not to mess things up this time and actually win. I have followed instructions from some of you down in the comments and gone and tried to learn a little bit more about the game. I've played through a couple of full games. We've got a little village down here, so we want to head straight to that. That's a nice little thing to start us off with. And I think, awesomely, this is going to be the River Welland where we're starting, which is the river that actually runs... Oh, we've got a natural disaster already. We've got a drought. That's a bit of a problem. But that's the river that runs through my village in real life. I'm sat a mile from the River Welland right now in reality. So that is amazing that that's the river we've started next to. It's a sign things are going to go well. We need to get rid of this barbarian scout straight away. But I am determined to not mess up this time. Last time was a humiliation that I don't want to go through again. I have won a couple of games. I've won a cultural victory and a diplomatic victory in my two practice run-throughs. I'm confident I can do this. We're just going to have to wait and see, I guess. Luckily, we've got this guy pinned in by this river. So fingers crossed he's not going to escape. He's trying to. But we can try and catch up with him. He's going to keep trying to escape, isn't he? We've got our own scout who we're going to send out doing some exploring. But if you are excited for another Civilization video here on the channel, please make sure you do leave a thumbs up on the video. It is the best thing you can do to show support for a new series. He has got away. I said he was pinned in. He's absolutely legged it now. We're just going to have to see where he goes and chase him out. That's interesting. Looks like we've got a little bit of a choke point here, which could be very useful defensively if there's a lot of land here. We'll see what our scout finds when they go out looking. Oh, we've got a natural wonder. Excellent. Lake Retba. Where's that? All the way down. Oh, so we've got a city-state as well, Hattusa, also on the River Welland. So it's one of mine, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, please make sure you do like the video. It is hugely appreciated and supported. And of course, if you are new to the channel, looking for some Civilization content from someone who maybe doesn't really know what they're doing, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. We are going to be playing this series all the way through to completion, just like we did the last time, whether that ends in victory or defeat. We've got the River Trent up here, so we definitely do continue a little more up here. We've got Brussels up there as well. We are looking to get out on the sea a little bit earlier this time as well. That's why we're researching sailing early on. We've got another city-state there, but we've got to get rid of this guy first because barbarians at this point are a huge problem. But he's out of sight and the tribal village is right there. I might be about to contradict myself. Where is this barbarian village? That's what we need to find, because if we can find that, we've got to go for this, I think. But if we can find the barbarian village and get rid of it, I'll be feeling a lot happier. Right, we're going to send the slinger to go after him. So we'll send the slinger down here. The warrior's going to go up there to that village. And we don't want it... What is the Great Bath? The floodplains. Have we got floodplains? Tiles on the river. They're immune to flood damage. I mean, that is a big deal. But at this stage, it's just more important that we start settling. We need to get some... But it's such a quick, early wonder. No, we're going to do a settler and probably end up regretting it. But it looks like we haven't come across another civilization yet. So if we can do a bit of a land grab and work out which direction to do it in, that looks like that's not the best land to settle, but maybe up here somewhere could be quite good. We've got Geneva up there as well. This is looking like it's quite a big continent we're on here. Where's my lenses? Are we all on one continent? Aha, we're not. So this is one continent, this is another. So we've actually got a continental break there. So that suggests this goes on for quite a long way, and we're right on the corner of this continent. So we could be spread across two continents, which does have potential benefits a little bit later on in the game, I believe. Let's get foreign trade up and running because we found all these city-states early on. Our builder is absolutely the best thing we could have got out of that village, because now we can start improving these tiles and getting some decent production going out of London. I just want to see what's up here. There's the Irish Sea. Have we not dealt with this guy yet? How is he still hovering around?
Vessels large may venture.
Right, sailing sorted. Sailing sorted is very useful. What else can we add on? Astrology, what does that give us? I'm not making the mistake of going down religions again. Let's get archery up and running. Let's also get as many of these farms sorted as we possibly can. And there's the barbarians. Right, we're going to get you to come down here as well, because we're going to deal with this barbarian village before it becomes too much of a problem. Where's our scout? What's he up to? He's found it. What has he just done to our slinger? They've absolutely ruined our slinger there. That was awful. I think we just hop back over this river and retreat a little bit with the slinger, but continue putting farms on here, which is very handy for our food production. We should be getting... We need to heal you up. We should be getting a very decent amount of food out of here now. So if we have a look, food growth, they see we're growing nicely with our food, which is handy. We do need to explore up here, but does that stop this? That's the Indian Ocean. I want to know how far this continent goes. We need another scout really as well, so that we can really get an idea of how big this huge first settlement or first island, first continent that we're on is. He's a spearman. This is not ideal. Right, we can now fire across the river with these guys, who can now take a promotion, which, as long as they don't attack over the river, which they probably won't, they're probably going to attack the warrior, we could then hopefully finish them off with an upgraded slinger. I just hope they don't kill that warrior. Right, they've retreated, so that tells me it's time to heal them up a little bit. Give these guys the promotion, because that's going to heal them up, and then we can hopefully have this finished off within a turn or two, which is going to be very handy. We've got 6 turns until we get our settler. I still have no idea where I want to settle. I need to get down here and explore a bit. That looks like... Is that a border for a settlement, or is that where the island comes around in this kind of shape? We need to get down past these barbarians and properly explore that. I think they're healed up enough now to be able to do that. Can we afford to upgrade? Oh, we have to be in friendly territory. We could upgrade to an archer. We're not going to. We'll do it afterwards. But for now, we're just going to get in with these two. Can we attack with them and then move in with them? And we've cleared the barbarians. What a wonderful thing. We can choose some research as well, which we are going to choose irrigation, because we've been doing all this lovely farming. And we are going to send the slinger home, because they can then accompany the settler in a second. We'll heal up these, and then we're going to get these exploring. So, heal up a little bit. You can come home, so we can make you into an archer. That does bend around here. So I wonder if that's going to continue a little bit further on. Or if... I mean, we haven't found another civilization yet, which is mad. Oh my word, that's not good. We should have built the Great Bath. There go our lovely farms. I said we might end up regretting it. A major flood in our first place on turn 26 just feels unnecessary. Just feels like the game is trolling me at this point. Right, we can make you an archer. Can we buy a builder to repair that damage we've just done? We need 250. We shouldn't have done that upgrade. Once we get back to 215 gold, we can buy a builder to fix this mess that's just happened. I don't want to waste any production on a builder, but we'll buy one. What does craftsmanship give us? What does early empire give us? Open borders. Mysticism, we don't want to do that. Military tradition gives us very little. We'll do early empire. We're England. We're supposed to have an empire. Right. How long till our settler? 2 turns for our settler. This area looks good to settle in, where the barbarians were. I just want to get a little bit further around the corner with these guys. So I think They can now go and explore that. They can... Might as well go in there and heal up. Research-wise, didn't we just do research? We don't want astrology, bronze working, which means we have to do mining first. Although we're on a very flat area with nothing to mine. There might be a little bit in here, but we need a builder. Are we up to enough monies yet? We're not. Right, where are we going to settle? I don't. Oh, look how much. Is this a third continent, or is? There's so many city-states up here. How have we not come across another civilization yet? I guess it's a good thing. They must all be this way. I'm tempted to settle here to block that off on the assumption that this continues as a big continent, but it might not. And then aim to settle down here afterwards. I think I am going to do that. We just want to bottleneck this off as much as possible. So I think we're going to go there. Watch that be the end. But it can't be, because that's a continent. You're not going to have a continent that can only fit 2 cities on. Right, there is now a very strong argument for a Great Bath. But I want... do I want a third settler now? I want to get in here. We're doing the settlers. We want to expand. Expansion is what it's all about. I need to get up there exploring as well. Can we do this builder yet? I want both. I want everything, because I want a builder and I want more scouts. Where's my other scout? I mean, why has he gone all the way over here? I mean, it's lovely that you're exploring over here. Very nice. But could you not just maybe explore a little bit closer to home? Like turn right out of London? I could call him back, but he'll still just go the wrong way. Right, it does look like... I might just nudge one step further forward with that settler. So we're at the bottom of the map, because this is Antarctic stuff down here, I think. We've got another tribal village, which gives us a little bit of faith. That would have been handy if we could have got a... we got some era score as well. Villagers bring gifts. Excellent. It would have been nice for us to get another builder out of that, but I won't complain too much. We'll get them back on auto explore. And then... we are just going to edge one space further on with this settler. Oh, we have to do a Pantheon. Right. There's one that gives me a builder. I'm not interested in religion at all this time. So I'm just going to take the one that gives me a builder, because we need a builder. Which is the worst reason for choosing a Pantheon in the history of the world. But at least we can repair this damage and start to get London back to its former glory. Right, just nudge further on. Does this expand? I shouldn't really be exploring with a settler. This is an incredibly bad idea. Right. The Roman Empire, I'm going to assume we just found them with the settler. We might not have done. My scout might have found them. All right. All right. Whatever your name is. What is your name? Frederick. There you go. Lovely stuff. Are you over here, Frederick? Or are you... over here? Oh no, you're all the way over there, so it's my scout who found you. Frederick, would you like a delegation? Oh, thanks. We're going to be big buddies. If that is the nearest civ to me, that is a long way away. There can't be anything further south, because it looks like it all stops there. So we need to start spreading this way to stop Germany coming at us. So we're going to continue... ah, there you go. Yes, you can send a delegation. That's very kind of you to do. So we've got the bigger army. Hooray. Right, is there anything else that needs repairing? I thought we had 3 farms before. Did one of them just get completely destroyed? Yikes. Right. We're heading to there. We're just going to go one more... right, okay. So we do have a little gap there. So there's no longer a reason to spread this way, I don't think. Although we have got barbarians just the other side of the Irish Sea. And I think these like cliff boulder things mean you can't just hop across. So even if they are there now, they need to be able to sail to get around all the rocks, which again is quite a nice little defensive feature. So eventually a city there would be nice. But I'm thinking we actually look to move a little bit closer towards Germany with this first settler. That's my logic anyway. If we found more barbarians next to a tribal village as well. So Can we kill these with one barbarian? I think we probably can. Right, you guys are going to come down. I think we're going to go here and just start to settle this way. Because then we're between Brussels, Hattusa, Geneva. I mean, there's going to be so much of a battle for these city-states, both in terms of being the suzerain and also just potentially invading them. And I think if Germany look to start grabbing them up, we're probably going to have to grab even harder and make sure that they don't nick all the good ones. There's war with Germany brewing, I think. All right, there we go. We've repaired all of our farms from before. Our settler is coming back over that way. It would be nice to get our boats up and running so that we can explore what is over there, but we won't worry about that just yet because we need to get these other cities sorted. Are you serious? We've just recovered from a flood and now we've got a tornado family, which doesn't sound isn't as nice as it sounds, I assume. Right, we need to heal these guys up. They did go to the tribal village as well, didn't they? Yeah. Okay, so they're going to heal up for a little bit while our builder carries on doing building things in here. Did you build a farm? I asked you to build a... I must have missed. There you go, build a farm. Some lovely farmland here in London. Famed in real life for its farmland. So we've got the River Welland, the River Trent, and then a big desert. So I think there's a line here between English territory and German territory. Geneva, Brussels, Hattusa, they're all English territory. Kumasi and Mohenjo-Daro, I think that's German territory. And I think we need to come to some kind of agreement with the Germans about that. I don't know why we're looking at city-states at the moment. Choose research. Right, we want to get sailing. So we are going to... What does this let us do? Some proper shipbuilding. We want to get out on the open waves as soon as possible to see what's over here. Because, again, if we look at the continent lens, it is a little bit weird that... Oh, no, we are the same continent. It's all Kernoland. So this is one big continent. The colour misled me before. And then this is a different continent. So we've got Africa. Where's Africa? Africa is nowhere to be seen. So we've got South America, Africa, and Kernoland. So I'm guessing this is... I don't know where those other two are. I mean, my scout has covered some serious territory now on the continent of Kernoland. But there's no sign of Africa or South America, but they are on the key. So I'm guessing that's both of them. There's two continents here, would be my assumption. But, you know, I've made an idiot of myself plenty of times before on this game. Shall we? I think we've probably got enough farming now. Should we do a bit of mining as well? Because we're producing a lot of food. The Swift Hawk. So where do you hang out, Mapuche? Mapuche is all the way up here. Somewhere. There. And Gulumapu. So this is a huge continent. So they're quite close to Germany. So those two will hopefully keep themselves amused. But how has he met us? Has he sent somebody all this way? Have we met them down here, where our scout now is? Maybe. There doesn't seem to be anything here. I think we should be looking to get across there as soon as possible. We are England, after all. Right, we're going to send you a delegation as well, if that's how we're doing things. I don't know why it didn't let me send you a delegation. Let's try that again. There we go. Excellent stuff. Unit needs orders. Right, put a mine there for me. Have we settled this extra city yet? We're going in here somewhere. Oh, what was that? Baddies. That sounded like baddies. We're not going to get too worried just yet. So that's the River Trent. Well, this is definitely English territory that we want to be claiming if it's the River Trent. Right, the game is suggesting there might be better than here, but how? Because that's on a river. But I guess we lose the cattle. Whereas if we're there, we can have the cattle. So, yeah, cattle's important. What was that city called? Bradford. Hooray! So we've got Bradford, just outside of London, just like in real life. Claims us a nice chunk of the River Trent. We need to explore into this area. Production-wise, a trader's always good. Can we buy a trader, actually? Get some trading up and running straight away. And then for production, we want an archer to defend us, because we don't want to leave ourselves open to being attacked, because that has not worked well for me in the past. But we can now use that trader. I commend you on your prudence. To aid that city-state is to invite death. What city-state? We're not aiding anybody. We've done nothing. Right, so now we can use this trader to get food and production out of London, which is then going to improve the growth rate of Bradford. That's my master plan. And then afterwards we'll go and trade with some of these other city-states as well, because I imagine they want a trade route. They want a great general. They want a great writer. We could have probably traded with Brussels, and that would have made a lot of sense. But it's more important to worry about ourselves first. We want to get our own. Place up and running. Right, you need a promotion, so you can have. I probably should have done that rather than healing them. Oh, Kev, you just wasted like 4 turns. They're starting to settle towards us. This is exactly it. They're going to settle towards us. We're going to settle towards them. So we've now got Berlin and Bradford, not a million miles away from each other. Again, just like in real life. Right, we've got another barbarian camp there. As far as I'm concerned, that's Germany's problem. So I'm going to bring this scout home. Bring them up here. Ideally, coming through the middle here, because we want to get rid of the fog of war from this section, so that we can see what we've got between us and Germany. Right. Combat against what? That's still important. This one... 50% production towards settlers is very handy, so we're going to take that at the moment, because then that will speed our production up here. Don't know why we've gone to London. Civics wise, we are still ignoring anything to do with religions, and what we are going to do is go straight to political philosophy, via the 2 things that we need to do to get there. But we want to open up those government types. Right, without knowing what's in here, I think settling this way for now probably makes the most sense. Keep a nice little triangle, so stick it in there. And then we need to unfog this. Where's that scout? We want you in there. We want to find out what's in there. And you can go and find out the same thing. What's in here? Because we might want to settle that way. Right, Great Bath. There is still a good argument for Great Bath. Hanging Gardens, what does that do? Increases growth. That one prevents flood damage. We've already been seriously affected by that. So I'm thinking we will put that. That's an undeveloped tile, isn't it? So we'll put that there. And we can now have a governor as well. Excellent. What governor do we want to start things off? I think we will have... We have the educator. What does the educator do? We don't want to worry about culture and stuff just yet. This one, acquire new tiles in a city faster, +3 gold per turn from each foreign trade route. We're not having any foreign trade routes yet. Did we look at educate? No, we've looked at that one. The surveyor, all builders trained in this city get an extra charge. That's handy. 50+ yields from plot harvests, and no, we've not got anything like that going on. The cardinal, religion, no. The diplomat can be assigned to a city-state where she acts. So we could get one of these city-states under our control. Increases the city garrison by... Right, we're going to do that, and we're going to put them in Bradford. Because Bradford is where it's the closest to Germany, and Germany are... the only civilization settling anywhere near us at the moment, and they have a tiny military, and we could potentially just smash them to pieces early on, depending on what's in here. We might be planning an early war with Germany, just because I failed so miserably at war last time, and I want to prove I can do it. I just hope they can't hear me, because then they'll know what I'm up to and they'll be all over me. Right. Keep going. Next turn. Oh, we've got a recon unit. We must have found another tribal village from this little bit in the middle, which it's weird that no one else has explored it. But we can now get out in here. See, that looks like good land. Nice green land. I mean, we're going to settle here for now, regardless, because we've got the settler, so we may as well settle just outside London, have Birmingham in there. We are going to start things off with an archer, just like we have in Bradford. And can we can't have another trade route yet, which is a bit of a shame, because we could have done the same trick there then. But we'll ease off on settlers a little bit for a few turns while we just work out exactly what we want to be doing and start establishing these cities a little bit more properly. So we've got the River Trent running through all there. I think a city in here, he said he's going to ease off, but Berlin's right there. We don't want Germany settling here. Go that way. This, I mean, settling here sort of thing. It's the River Trent. Any English river is Kev's territory, as far as I'm concerned. That's just the way the game works. We can't go into Germany, so we're just going to have to wait there. Now we can sneak up that way. So, we're not building settlers at the... We are building... Actually, we're not building settlers at the moment. So, in the meantime, let's increase production everywhere. We are building a wonder. Have we got a discount for wonders? No. So we'll just confirm those. At the moment, a unit needs orders. There you go, you can have some orders. Oh, what is that? We've got some iron in there. All the more reason to come and settle out this way. Stone down here. I think we've got to... We'll do it from Bradford, I guess. We've got to settle somewhere in here to stop Germany doing it. That needs to be big priority. I don't think there's much benefit in settling this area. It's a bit of a wasteland. Same as up here. I mean, up here is full of city-states. But here is territory that's up for grabs, I think. The era ends shortly. We are on for a normal age. We might even be... A golden age would be handy. But not essential at this point. Right, you... Can we get you across this water? Can we get you here? No. Just keep exploring them. Likewise you. Keep exploring. And then we will... Why you keep exploring. Everyone exploring. We've got so many things exploring, but we still don't know how far this continent goes. Because we know it goes... I'm assuming there's no sea in here. If there's no sea, if there's sea between Germany and whoever he is, the Mapuche Empire, then they're not going to have war with each other. Right, we're just going to make friends with these two, because the last thing we want is anyone declaring war on us before we're ready, especially them, because they're building a decent-sized military already, which is why I wouldn't object to a sea being in there. If the game wants to give me some sea, I will take it. But at the very least, I would like to map the outskirts of... What is this? A big old cloud getting in my face. Goodness me. Right, fortify there. And this is where we want a settler. But can we buy one to speed things along? We can't. So we'll take a settler because we want to get in here. This is where we could do with rushing settler production again with that government thing that we just turned off. But at least we should be quite close to finishing the Great Bath, which is going to stop any further flood damage in London, which is important. Growth is slowed down massively in Bradford. How is it going to take 25 turns to grow? We need to... Oh, we've got so much potential food there, but we're not working it. We need a builder. We need to improve our tiles around both Birmingham and Bradford, because we're not growing quickly enough at all. Look how nicely farmed Hattusa is. That's why they're growing. And we're not. Right, why have we stopped here? Have we explored everywhere? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Scout? Oh no, there's a tribal village. That's what you're trying to tell me. And we've got an envoy. Excellent stuff. Where can we send our envoy? We've already got 2 envoys in Geneva, so we can suzerain them, which is very nice. I don't even know where Geneva is. Is that the nearest one? No, Geneva's all the way up there. But we are now suzerain of Geneva, which is lovely. Oh, is that another tribal village? I will destroy my enemies, and if you continue to help them, I'll destroy you as well. Frederick, back off. I've become suzerain of one city-state. He's angling for an early war, isn't he? We're going to settle there and build an encampment and just get ready to go for him. Our military's bigger than his. That needs to stay that way. We are absolutely going to batter him. They look like they're building a big religion and a big military, which is interesting. Choose research. Right. We want good military stuff. Can we ride horses yet? Because being able to take horsemen into a war, mind you, that would be handy as well. We want that and that. We want both of them. How do we... I'm sure there is a button I can press to tell it to do one after the other. I thought it was holding shift, but that's not working. So we'll just do horseback riding first. This scout, there's nothing else obvious nearby, is there? So get back to exploring. I want to know what Germany are up to. I want to make sure they're not going to expand out into our area. Ancient era is about to end. Right, London, we missed out on getting the Great Bath. So I guess we can use all that production we've just taken to stick the Hanging Gardens into the same place. In fact, before I do that, what benefits do we actually get from that? Increases growth by 15% in all cities. You know what? That would be perfect. So that should be finished roughly as quickly as the Great Bath. Who got the Great Bath? It doesn't say, but we've got to use that production wisely. We could definitely use some builders though, and that brings us to the end of the ancient era. So we'll have a look at your people's glorious age. Oh, did we get a golden age? Excellent. So, oh yeah, we're in a golden age, which means we exert 1.5 loyalty pressure from each city, from each citizen. That's good. Make a dedication. So you can make one dedication. So what's this? This one is to do with technology. That one's to do with culture. That one is to do with faith. And this one is faith. Oh no, hold on. So this is builders and settlers are 30% cheaper to produce with faith and gold. We are building a little bit. We're going to do that one. That is super handy. And we will build a settler in Birmingham. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that brings us to the end of this first episode. I'm not sure what kind of schedule I'm going to do this series on. It's not necessarily going to be every day like it was last time. But just keep an eye on the channel. They'll pop up when they pop up. All the more reason to make sure you subscribed with notifications on, because then you'll see them when they arrive. And make sure as well, if you've enjoyed it, you leave a nice big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you for watching.